Good morning, everyone. I am extremely excited that GCTC is organizing a seminar on Atmanirbhar Bharat. In the last few years, we have seen tremendous transformation in the defense industrial ecosystem. From a country which was largely dependent only on its public sector undertakings, we are today moving in a direction where we have a much better balance of both the public sector as well as the private sector. Friends, there have been several policy initiatives taken by the government which have provided impetus to the defense industrial ecosystem. The notification of 3 positive indigenization lists comprising of 310 items which the services have decided they will henceforth procure from the Indian industry. The earmarking of budget for the capital procurement budget for procurement from India. We started 2 years back when 54% of our budget was earmarked for domestic industry, and progressively in this year we have moved to 68% of our capital procurement budget which will be spent on Indian industry. Not only that, we have also earmarked that out of the domestic expenditure, 25% of that expenditure is meant for private sector, thereby providing a big impetus to the defense private industry as well. The biggest ever contract for private sector was approved by the government during this year, and that was manufacturing of transport aircraft C295, which is being manufactured by Tatas in India along with Airbus. In the past, we have seen that our defense production system was based on transfer of technology from foreign OEMs. This has always had its constraints. It did not allow India to become a defense exporter because the technology provider would put restrictions to when and how much we could export. It also provided restrictions on further upgradation of technology. It is with this realization that today as much of effort is given on defense manufacturing, similar and more effort is given on defense innovation ecosystem. And in this direction, the work done by our defense startups have been a great revelation. In 2018, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi had launched the IDEX program, and that was the first effort to try and bring the Indian startup ecosystem to meet the requirements of defense. I would like to mention 3 examples of how this has transformed the defense industry. The first one is that in about 2 to 3 years, we have today 14 new technologies or innovations which are under induction by the armed forces. All the 3 services, whether it is Army, Navy, Air Force, have inducted technologies which have been developed by these startups. Why this is remarkable is that these challenges were given about 3 years back. That is, the problem statement itself was made about 3 years back to the startups. In these 3 years, the problem was solved, the prototype was developed, tested, and thereafter approval of the concerned service taken and induction RFP procurement started. In a system which is known to be taking decades, 15 years, 20 years for new technological platforms to be inducted, this change of now induction within 3 to 4 years is quite a welcome change. The second remarkable thing about the startup ecosystem has been the cost at which these technologies are getting developed. Where we are used to hundreds and thousands of crores for developing new platforms and technologies, Under IDEX, initially we were only giving 1.5 crore for development of new innovations. Select problems, amounts up to 10 crores are given. For every problem, the startup has itself put in twice, thrice, 4 times the value which has been given by government. This has actually enabled us to leverage the value of government money for defense innovation ecosystem. Along with time, the value at which the innovations are taking place have come down dramatically. This has again given us a confidence that when we develop our own technologies, they are today significantly cheaper as against buying from abroad. Another great aspect of this whole new initiative has been that these technologies are no less than what is available, the best that is available in the world. We have recently had a startup who has in quantum computing. Quantum computing is something which is still evolving the world over, and our startup has made it possible to do a quantum leap of 150 kilometers over optical fiber. Now, this is something which no one in the world has so far been able to achieve, and I would applaud the Indian Army for having supported this startup and now having encouraged them by inducting the solution into the army. In fact, one of the great reasons for this transformation has been great supportive role that all the 3 services have taken. Indian Armed Forces are showing willingness to induct indigenously designed developed solutions at a level even when they are in the prototype or development stage. This, I think, is a tremendous change in the way things have moved forward. In fact, the whole ecosystem of innovation is very infectious, and today we are finding that even our own defense public sector undertakings are becoming more and more focused on developing new technologies. In the last 2 to 3 years, under the Mission Raksha Gyan Shakti, the 9 PSUs which were traditional PSUs, and we now have 7 more PSUs with the corporatization of OFB, the 9 PSUs have filed nearly 2,500 IPs, new patents, which are powering the kind of work they are doing. An example of the drive for technology was when a couple of months back, Honorable Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh ji launched 75 artificial intelligence solutions for the defense, including defense PSUs, DRDO, services themselves, as startups and industry, showcased India's ability to actually meet its own requirement from within without having to depend for any external source. And I need not say how important artificial intelligence is in the coming modern warfare. As the warfare trend changes, as we move away from kinetic to non-kinetic warfare, as we move from contact to non-contact warfare, the importance of new technologies, digital technologies is going to be increasing all the more. And it is this changing trend of warfare where India has an opportunity not merely to become a niche exporter of defense technologies, but become a world leader in this regard. Routes that have been set up and the kind of momentum that we see today, this is likely to take us to great heights in the future, and we could visualize that during the Amrit Kal, we would be among, we could become among the top 5 global destinations for defense industry ecosystem. Once again, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and my congratulations to the organizers for having organized this event. Thank you very much.